Okay, ready? The first contestant is Tracy Yang, sorry. I'm nervous. Tracy Yang, don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Tracy Yang.
To her, not talk to strangers. I heard her voice while I was in my mom's womb. Then I was crying when I saw a strange woman hold me tight in her arm. We smiling, and I heard more living around me from more strangers. The very day I came to the world. Gradually, I understood that the woman is my mom, and the male voice was from my dad. The living, of course, was from my grandparents and some relatives. I was crying the first day I went to elementary school, since all classmates and teachers were strangers to me. Then I often cried while I was studying at junior high and senior high, especially when I met strangers. I was still crying the first day I had to go to college for checking in. Remember the day I was wandering around at Kaohsiung railway station for about 2 hours. Fortunately, an old friend of mine came into my eyes and I ran to her for help without hesitation. She wondered, why don't you ask the staff here for help? I dare not to, as they are strangers. Believe or not, 2 of my young sisters and my little brother experienced almost the similar stories of mine during their growing up. Ladies and gentlemen, are you familiar with those words? Don't talk to strangers. Yes. Why? Mom told me it's dangerous to talk to strangers. You might be cut away and won't see us again if you aren't lucky enough. Have your parents ever taught you that? Have you ever taught your kids that? My dear, you or your parents are all right in one sense. But do you believe that I was steadily trembling the first time when I heard a young man, tell me that he liked me a lot? Was I too excited? Of course not. The only reason was he was a stranger to me at that moment, and I didn't know how to talk to him. Not to mention hanging out, how embarrassed I was, and I missed the chance. I decided to make some changes. One day, my mom asked me to visit our grandparents in Taiwan with my little brother. Instead of going there together, I took my young brother to the bus station and had him take the bus alone by asking one stranger's help. Then I walked home and was scolded, of course. However, we could do nothing but waiting. Guess what? Till the evening, my brother went back home sadly, and that was really a feeling of achievement for one both. Encouraged by his case, I made up my mind of joining some clubs and trying to talk to as many strangers as I could while I was studying at NCKU. For instance, I took the job of interviewing foreign students and overseas Chinese for one of our school magazines. Each time, I share the stories of my interview with some of my juniors or seniors to get some advice or comments for improvement. I found the experience did help me a lot when I was looking for jobs. To be braver and more independent, I always do the jobs with conditions of business trip overseas or around the island. Even after my moving back to Kaohsiung, I joined the Yuan Toastmasters right away. And the first stranger I met was Tracy, our founder, then the others. Time after time, I do enjoy the feeling of challenging myself on talking to strangers with skills. And I love to share my experience with my siblings and I encourage them to do so. When children, of course, share what they've learned from the changes to our parents, who finally understood that they need not to worry about us anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, every one of us here was a stranger to somebody else before we became familiar. My mother, your husband, his wife, list, best friends are or if we don't talk with each other. Trust me, most of you here are and will be as lonesome as I am, especially at midnight. So my dear all, be brave to be open-minded and open your mouths to talk to strangers when there's a chance. Your life will be changed and more prosperous. Toastmasters.